Join me as I dive deep into the reasons behind why we always blame others for everything, and I'll challenge myself to take full responsibility for my actions for a whole week. Blaming others has become a reflex for many of us. We do it so naturally that we often don't even realize we're doing it. But have you ever stopped to think about why we do it? Why do we always shift the blame onto someone or something else instead of taking ownership of our mistakes? When we shift the blame, we not only damage our relationships with others, but we also stunt our own personal growth. By refusing to take responsibility, we miss out on the opportunity to learn from our mistakes and become better versions of ourselves. And as a result, we end up stuck in a cycle of blame and frustration. We point fingers, play the victim, and avoid accountability, never really addressing the root of the problem. This reluctance to take ownership of our actions can lead to a lack of trust and respect in our relationships. When we blame others, we create a power imbalance, where we place ourselves in the position of being right and others in the position of being wrong. This can lead to resentment, conflict, and even the breakdown of relationships. Furthermore, blaming others can also hold us back from achieving our goals. When we attribute our failures to external circumstances or other people, we relinquish our power to change and improve. We become passive, waiting for someone else to fix the problem, instead of taking charge and making things happen. One of the main psychological reasons we blame others is the fear of failure. When we take responsibility for our actions, we have to confront the possibility that we might not be good enough, or that we might have made a mistake. This fear can be crippling, but it's exactly what holds us back from truly growing and improving. We'd rather shift the blame and maintain a fragile sense of self-worth, rather than facing the possibility of failure and learning from it. Another reason we blame others is the desire for acceptance and approval. We want to be liked, loved, and admired, and we think that by shifting the blame, we can avoid being judged or criticized. But the truth is, taking responsibility for our actions is what earns us real respect and admiration. When we own up to our mistakes, we demonstrate courage, humility, and a willingness to learn and grow. Societal influences also play a significant role in encouraging blame. We live in a culture that often prioritizes being right over being honest, and winning over learning. We're taught to compete, to succeed, and to avoid failure at all costs. This creates an environment where blame and finger-pointing become second nature, and taking responsibility is seen as a sign of weakness rather than strength. I'd like to share a personal story that illustrates the impact of blame on individual lives and broader societal dynamics. A few years ago, I was working on a team project, and things didn't go as planned. Instead of taking responsibility for my part in the failure, I blamed my teammates for being incompetent and lazy. This not only damaged our working relationships, but also prevented me from learning from the experience and improving my skills. It wasn't until I took a step back, reflected on my actions, and apologized to my teammates that we were able to move forward and grow as a team. Blame can have a profound impact on our lives, from damaging relationships to stunting personal growth. It's time for us to take a hard look at ourselves and recognize the consequences of shifting the blame. It's time to take responsibility, to own up to our mistakes, and to learn from them. Thanks for watching, and if you've got a personal story about the impact of blame in your life, be sure to share it in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about taking responsibility and living a life of accountability, check out my video on personal growth and self-awareness.